All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back. The story of Sargeras. Last time we saw Sargeras, he and the Pantheon had a little bit of a falling out. I mean, he's seen that. Hey, what was it? What was it? The void, the darkness, basically is such a threat that basically, if my memory serves correctly, basically, I mean, there's no point in wiping this stuff out because I think they kind of like respawn in some cases. So he's just going. He's just basically flipping shit and just kind of just going on a rampage and it's been really bad. But I mean that was the last little snippet that I've kind of seen of him. I didn't I didn't summarize everything correctly, being that there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the earlier parts of WoW. But hey, it's gonna be interesting to get back up with Nobbel and see where is Sargeras now in his journey across the cosmos, seeing how he's just dealing with the realization of the universe. So without that being said, get your snacky snacks. Let's rock.
This video is brought to you in
Oh
collaboration
wow
with
it.
wowhead.com.
All right.
Hello everyone.
Hey Nobbel.
Rumor has it that with patch 9.1.5 we might see the Mage Tower make a return. Back into Legion content we go. That was the time where we saw the biggest Burning Legion invasion of Azeroth as of yet. But why were the demons so
Bro, that
interested in the planet? To find that answer, we have to look no further
that
than
trailer
the
was
subject
so
of our
epic.
video for today. Let's talk about the Dark Titan Sargeras.
Sargeras!
This flamey space devil did not always look this way.
Damn, he's
Once upon a
huge.
time, he was a member of the Titanic Pantheon, their defender, the noblest of all, taking on the darkness of the universe. While the rest of them, they traveled the great dark beyond, looking for more of their kind and aiding them in waking up by bringing order to the planets. Funny enough, the reason for Sargeras
If I mean, from what I know, from what I remember, I mean, Titans basically spawn out of planets. If this guy spawned out of a planet, how is he already old? I'm guessing in game, it's been like millions of years, and I guess Titans age. Did they grow? Huh? I don't know. I'm thinking too deep into this already.
turned into the dark side, that has changed
Like,
a
I wonder
few
if they start
times
off as
over the
children.
years. Once upon a time, it was said that the
I don't believe so, though. I don't believe so. I believe they just come out as their prime form.
Eredar were responsible for his corruption, but they changed that when they wanted to add the Draenei back with the Burning Crusade. Then they gave it more of a philosophical reasoning. The constant darkness of the universe, it was eating away at him,
Right.
slowly but surely making him believe that the universe wasn't meant for their orderly plans, and that chaos was the way to go. And finally, with the Chronicles, they gave that idea a bit more substance. In the grand universe of Warcraft, there is the power of the Voids, and these so-called Void Lords, they seek to devour all matter and energy within the physical universe. They saw the Titans do their
Hmm.
thing and became envious of their power. First, they tried to corrupt these fully grown Titans, but they quickly found out that that wasn't going to work. Instead, they set their sights on the ones that were more vulnerable, the ones that were still slumbering inside the planets. Like the Titans, the Void Lords had no idea which of these
Right. They attach
planets
the old
actually
gods
held
on them.
one of these souls.
Kind of
So
suck
they
them off.
decided to pool their powers together. They pushed through the boundaries into the physical universe, and they shot out what we know as the old gods, randomly flinging them across the great dark beyond, hoping that some of them would smash into a planet
Ooh.
containing a world soul. Sargeras found out about these plans when he came across a planet which held one of these titanic souls and was indeed infused by the old gods. On
Mm-hmm.
it were also a couple of the Nafrazim, also known as Dreadlords, basking in that good old void power. Sensing their evil, Sargeras captured and ruthlessly interrogated the demons
Damn.
until they were broken, revealed what they had learned about the old gods and the intentions of the Void Lords. If the powers of the Void succeeded in corrupting a nascent Titan, it would awaken as an unspeakably dark creature. No power in creation, not even the Pantheon, could stand against it. In time, this warped Titan would consume all matter and energy within the universe, bring every mode of existence under the Void Lord's will. In that moment, Sargeras, the undefeated champion of the Titans, knew fear for the first time. This bit
Damn, he
is
got
rather
smited.
interesting, considering that we now know that the Nuff regime, they actually originate from the Shadowlands, have infiltrated the different cosmic domains. Their journal on this says that, in many ways, the Titans will be the easiest to manipulate. Their singular goal is to impose structure upon everything they see. Show them a force that opposes their drive for order, and they will be consumed by their urge to eradicate it. Their Pantheon, so seemingly united in purpose, is vulnerable to fracturing.
Ooh, hey,
And then
girl.
for the Void Lords, it says, I believe we can leverage their vast reach to position them as a foil against our other rivals. Now, the description of the Void wanted to consume reality. That's still a thing, and ultimately, they would have gone against the will of the Titans. But it is possible that the Nuff regime might have manipulated these events, might have pushed certain things in order. If that actually adds anything to the story, I'll leave up to you to decide. But there is the possibility of them pushing the Void into sending out their old gods to begin with, showing a force that opposes the Pantheon's drive for order. Now there's also the demons, of course. They weren't exactly on friendly terms with the Titans either. And this would indeed lead to a fracture of the unity of the Pantheon. Sargeras' mind was filled with fear. This plan of the Void Lords, it could not be allowed to play out. So with an aching heart, he drew his sword and destroyed the planet. Its remains are speculated to be the planet that the Void Elves party on, namely Telogris Rift. The noble champion then took the knowledge he gained and discussed his plans with the rest of the Pantheon. For him, even a lifeless universe, it was better than one dominated by the voids. Life had taken root in the cosmos once before. Perhaps after they had scoured the physical universe of corruption, life would take root once again. His ideas horrified the others. How could he even consider purging the entire universe? Not even a student.
Bro, he's comparing Sargeras to Arthas. Cause I was wondering, like, why is... Bro, wait a minute, that's actually in game. I thought that was just in Warcraft 3. Huh. Maybe that's like a flashback. Either way, that is pretty interesting how Sargeras and Arthas are kind of alike. Like, they've seen the reality of things and kind of just went batshit crazy and went to mainly the extreme.
And brother-in-arms Agrimar would side with his mentor. Nothing could ever be so dire as to warrant systemic extinction. Overcome with despair and feelings of betrayal, Sargeras then stormed off. If they weren't going to help him purge the universe in fire, he would do it himself. And he had just the force to help him with his quest. Over the ages, with Agrimar at his side, they've been fighting against the demons of the Twisting Nether. But the pesky things, they kept on respawning. Their beings returned to the Nether, where it would take some time, but eventually they would regenerate. So to fix that problem, they'd come up with the prison world of Mardum, where all of these demons and their fel, they've been trapped for quite some time. Shattering this plane of banishment, it caused a massive explosion, surging through his veins and searing his very soul. His eyes burst in gouts of emerald fire. Fell volcanoes ignited across his once noble form, splitting his skin apart and revealing an endless furnace of blistering hate. Yet despite these horrific physical changes, Sargeras' mind remained locked on his one all-consuming purpose. The released demons were then imbued with some of his powers and were offered a simple choice. They could either join his side, or since he had learned more about demons over time, they could truly be fully destroyed. And you'd say that that's not a difficult choice to make. And while most of the demons...
Wait a minute, so Sargeras used the Legion to basically try to conquer the Legion? Wait a minute. Go back.
And he knew just the force to help him with his quest. Over the ages, with Agrimar at his side, they've been fighting against the demons of the Twisting Nether. But the pesky things, they kept on respawning. Their beings returned to the Nether, where it would take some time, but eventually they would regenerate. So to fix that problem, they'd come up with the prison world of Mardum, where all of these demons and their fel, they've been trapped for quite some time. Shattering this plane of banishment, it caused a massive fel explosion, surging through his veins and searing his very soul.
Okay, so Sargeras got manipulated by the fel. That's why he looks the way he looks.
His eyes burst in gouts of emerald fire. fell volcanoes ignited across his once noble form,
Huh.
splitting his skin apart and revealing an endless furnace of blistering hate. Yet despite these horrific physical changes, Sargeras' mind remained locked on his one all-consuming purpose.
Bro, that's just like Arthas. I mean, he basically went to such an extreme that he no longer like has the actual original plan set in front of him. Like it's very twisted. Huh. Like he became the thing he hated. That's interesting. He became the thing he hated. Wow.
The released demons were then imbued with some of his powers and were offered a simple choice. They could either join his side, or since he had learned more about demons over time, they could truly be fully destroyed. And you'd say that that's not a difficult choice to make. And while most of the demons immediately signed up, there were those that resisted. Rallying around the Dreadlord Ultalesh, they challenged him, and in response, Sargeras forged a great felsteel scythe from the fires of Mardoom's destruction, and he used it to harvest the souls of the uncooperative demons.
Oh, can we get that in game?
In a brand new prison. Ultalesh, strongest of will, was the last to be devoured. And with no more complaints or resistance, the Burning Legion was formed, kicking off the Burning Crusade.
No power in the universe will stand against the Legion.
Of course, the Pantheon eventually found out about what their fallen brother had done.
Damn.
They tried to convince him that there was another way. They just spent their time bringing order to this little planet called Azeroth. And while it was infected by the old gods and also contained a slumbering titan spirit, they've been able to lock the corruption away.
Ooh, holy.
Give the planet and the titan inside a fighting chance to one day wake up uncorrupted. But all Sargeras heard
Damn.
was another target to take out. And so they battled. Pantheon versus demons. And while the titans are epically mighty, they're also susceptible to fell magic. Agromar was nearly cleaved in two, while the rest of them were obliterated. The Pantheon was no more, and now Sargeras knew about Azeroth. He knew its name, but not its location, and it would take quite a while before first contact was made. In the meantime, Sargeras had learned from his battle with the Pantheon. He had learned that his demonic Burning Legion, it wasn't all that smart. Powerful for sure, but it needed a bit of strategic guidance. So he found himself some really smart people, which were called the Eridar, and he offered them a grand spot amongst his ranks. Two of the leaders, Archimon and Kil'jaeden, they were down with joining the Dark Titan. Not entirely surprising, as Sargeras, he'd been using the skull of Talkiel to whisper and corrupt Archimon. But the further the leaders, Vel and the prophets, he was shown by the Naru, beings of holy light and not down with the demons, that this was a really bad idea. He took those that he could, and he ran away. An act that Kil'jaeden would not forget.
Oh, they're being
nor
raptured.
forgive. From planet to planet, the Legion tracked the running Draenei down, until they were forced to make a crash landing on a little planet called Draenor, homeworld of the Orcs.
Right.
They'll have to part to play in just a little bit. Now, there's quite a bit unknown about what Sargeras and his demons exactly have done within the Great Dark Beyond. Obviously, they caused a whole bunch of death and destruction.
Wait a minute. So, is that how the Dark Portal in the Outlands got placed so it connected to Azeroth?
As Sargeras, he'd been using the skull of Talkiel to whisper and corrupt Archimon. But the further the leaders, Vel and the prophets, he was shown by the Naru, beings of holy light and not down with the demons, that this was a really bad idea. He took those that he could, and he ran away. An act that Kil'jaeden would not forget nor forgive. From planet to planet, the Legion tracked the running Draenei down, until they were forced to make a crash landing on a little planet called Draenor, homeworld of the Orcs. They'll have their part to play in just a little bit. Now, there's quite a bit unknown about what Sargeras and his demons exactly have done within the Great Dark Beyond. Obviously, they caused a whole bunch of death and destruction, bathing the cosmos in flames, but it's also one of the biggest unexplored parts within the Warcraft
That's
lore,
sick.
and there's a lot of opportunity to add story to. Just imagine what kind of undiscovered planets and races and stories are still out there to explore. Now we do know that recruiting the Eridar, it did not only bring Sargeras some powerful and smart lieutenants. The homeworld of Argus, it also contained a slumbering titan soul. This world was not infected with the old gods, so instead of deciding to destroy the entire thing, Sargeras bound it to his will, enslaved it, tortured it, used its power and strength, amongst other things, to resurrect his demonic forces. There is some dialogue that suggests and hints at the idea that Argus is the whole reason why demons can't be slain. But that does go against having to build Mardum in the first place. So I always took that information as speeding up the process. Either way,
Yeah, that's
you
a
could
sick
assume
sword.
that the Legion brought quite a bit of death, destruction and conversion to the great dark beyond, while they were searching for more infected worlds, until the moment
Damn,
came
them boys
that Azeroth
partying.
revealed itself. You see, the Highborn living on the planets, they were messing around with the powers provided by their Well of Eternity. This in turn
Hey,
drew
Queen
the
of Shara.
attention of Sargeras himself, with promises of power and all their heart's desires. He enticed Queen Ajara, her advisor Xavius, to work really hard on bringing Sargeras in. One of the most frequently asked questions is, why did Sargeras have to go through all of this? Why couldn't he just show up or travel to Azeroth himself? Simple answer would be that it makes for a really short story. But lore-wise, it
Yeah.
has to do with, first of all, not knowing where Azeroth was, and then a potential travel time, and instantly bringing in someone of Sargeras' power. It requires a massive gateway. One that was going to take some time to be created with the powers of their well. So, while the Highborn performed rituals and did their thing, some of the lower ranked demons, they were sent on ahead. In response, a resistance was formed, as not all of the elves were down with being purged in the fell. Throughout this so-called War of the Ancients, we saw the demise of Xavius, but being near the portal, it meant that his spirit ended up in the hands of Sargeras. He took the bits of the advisor that pleased him, and sent him back as the first of the Seder. Then we also saw Illidan Stormrage playing the part of double agent, offering his power and services. To that, Sargeras seemed to chuckle. Such loyalty, it deserves a mark of favor. A mark that will at the same time aid in the fulfillment of your quest. Flames burned away Illidan's regular eyes, replaced them with magical ones. Through the ritual, we
Damn.
also saw the futility of merely defeating the demons on their world. The Legion was endless, and it would take striking at the heart to truly take care of them. That mission was going to take a few millennia to complete. First off, they had this war to win, reversing that massive gateway that was created. It was gonna take
Oh,
some
so that's how
time,
Illidan.
which the legendary
Huh.
orc Broxigar bought them at the price of his own life. He jumped through the gateway
Holy shit.
all the way to Argus, where legions of demons tried to get past him. But Brox was a proud, time-traveling orc, a seasoned warrior wielding the powerful Exoscenarius. None of them got past him until the mad titan himself approached. The force radiating from Sargeras, it made the might of the demons seem as nothing. The orc's shoulders cracked. Several of his ribs collapsed into his organs.
Damn.
Sharp, agonizing pains ripped through him. And when he tried to rise, he was battered relentlessly. His legs were crushed, and his jaw broken on the right. Yet the orc's axe-swinging arm still gripped his weapon tight. And with a roar, he struck at Sargeras. A resounding bellow of outrage deafened the injured warrior. Through what remained of his good eye, Brox caught sight of a titanic, horned figure in molten black armor, whose thick mane and beards appeared to be composed of wildly dancing flames. The orc
I just
could
realized
not
that's
make
Manoroth.
out the giant's features well enough, yet somehow knew
Wait, how the hell? Yeah, I guess they just respawn. Okay.
them to be both wondrously perfect and terribly
So I'm like,
awful
wait a
at
minute,
the
didn't fucking Hellscream deal with them in Warcraft 3?
same time. Sargeras made quick work of him, but this mortal was able to land a strike on the leader of the Legion. Insane. And his heroic actions, it would
Yeah, that's
give them
pretty
the
badass.
opportunity they needed to close off the gateway, preventing Sargeras from coming in. But it didn't exactly stop his ambitions of reaching Azeroth. Perhaps a better plan would be to get there just a little bit quicker.
Wait, was all this explained in Legion? There's like so much that I've never seen. I'm guessing it's like in future expansions. But damn,
Not
bro.
to bring in his full might, but just a sliver of it in the form of an avatar. Surely, even just a pinch of his titanic power would be enough to weaken Azeroth and get him in there. A tactic which he has potentially used before. You see, Sargeras, he is always eager to find mighty new races that he could bend to his will and use as agents of destruction. Scattered legends speak of the ancient Aldraki race that drew his interest. If you've ever seen the movie 300, then you know what they're all about. There are people that are bred from birth from combat. Their entire culture revolved around it. Now, rather than destroy the Aldraki world outright, Sargeras ordered his forces to invade it. The Legion would wear the warriors thin until they were ripe for demonic conversion. The Dark Titan knew that his followers would suffer great losses against his enemy, but they did not discourage him. Whether it took a year, or 10, or 100, Sargeras would make the Aldrachi hiss. Slowly and methodically,
Damn.
the Legion whittled away the Aldrachi resistance, pushed them back to the towering stronghold in the heart of their war-torn capital. Their lands were covered in Aldrachi and demon corpses. Only a handful of champions remained now, Torrenar being the greatest among them. He rallied his allies in preparation for another Legion attack. But that never came. To the Aldrachi's confusion, the demons halted their advance. A monstrous figure then emerged from the Legion's ranks. It was Sargeras himself, and he'd come with an offer for Torrenar. Now, no one knows for sure what form Sargeras took to confront Torrenar. Some Nafrazim records say that he used an avatar rather than his actual form.
Yeah,
Whatever
fucking
the case might
Xerxes,
be,
bro.
it is certain that he called for Torrenar to join the Legion, promising power beyond anything that they'd ever dreamed of. They would serve as his personal guards, and they would command tens of thousands of demons in war. He believed that such an offer would be irresistible to the Aldrachi, but Sargeras had been wrong.
Bro, I can't wait to
Torrenar
play Demon Hunter
vowed
as
to
well.
destroy the Legion,
This class
all
looks sick.
the Aldrachi the demons had killed, or died trying. Either way, he would never bow to Sargeras. Demons still whisper of the battle that followed. The gathered Legion host watched with rapt attention as their ruler dueled with the Aldrachi warrior. At any moment, Sargeras could have simply annihilated Torrenar, but destruction was not what he wanted. He desired to corrupt the Aldrachi champion, and he would need to exhaust Torrenar to succeed. 4 days, the Legion's ruler did so. Like a cruel predator toying with prey, Sargeras battered Torrenar with just enough force to wear him down. Now, Torrenar, being the seasoned warrior, he recognized Sargeras' ploy. He knew he could not best the Legion's commander in combat, and so he feigned submission. When Sargeras let his guard down, the Aldrachi champion struck. One final act of defiance.
Damn.
His war blades ripped through Sargeras' hide, and fire burst from the wounds. We know that Broxigar struck the real deal, but for the Aldrachi, it's a question of did they face an avatar or their full might of Sargeras. Either way, though it was only a minor injury, the
Still an injury.
Aldrachi howled in triumph, and it was the last time that such war cries would ever echo through the once great capital. The warrior and his fellow champions were ripped to pieces, while their Aldrachi world was bathed in an inferno that would smolder for eternity. Their war blades were distributed amongst the Legion ranks, but still, what a legacy to be able to wound someone like Sargeras, even if it was potentially only his
Dothraki war
avatar.
blades.
And that's
Holy.
what Sargeras planned to do with Azeroth as well. His most talented editor sorcerers, they worked on creating this scepter of Sargeras. This cosmic battering ram, it held the power to create portals to any realm he desired. Yet the rifts it created, it would only allow a portion of his soul to enter. No matter, that would fit his plans perfectly fine. In the icy waste of Northrend, it was where he battled with the guardian of Azeroth at the time. Egwene threw all that she had at him and did the near impossible. She defeated the avatar of her great enemy. But what she didn't know was that Sargeras had a backup plan. If he couldn't defeat Egwene, at the very least, he could weaken her defenses. Create an opening for a shard of his spirit to break through. Just as he'd infiltrated Azeroth with the scepter, so too would he invade Egwene's soul, corrupting it into another instrument of the Legion. After locking the avatar and artifacts that he bore away within the now called Tomb of Sargeras, Egwene, she went about her business with an unknown dark passenger. When she decided to have a child, pass on the powers of the Guardian to Medivh. Sargeras hopped over from one vessel to
Holy
the other.
shit.
The brand new Guardian would be his to corrupt and manipulate. And using Guardians for his own means is apparently a favorite tactic to use. As in ages past, he had used the Guardian's Skevel to take care of the Eredar Stahil. She had been gifted Ultalesh to reap the souls of Azeroth's rebellious denizens. She is the one that has transformed Deadwind Pass into the lifeless land that we see it as today. But that magical nexus of power, it had her ambitions skyrocket. Instead of passing it on to her master, she thought that one day she could challenge Sargeras himself. And so, Sargeras used Skevel to take care of her, and would later have Aegwynn build the Tower of Karazhan upon this location. The tower now being home for the Guardian Medivh. And through him, Sargeras worked on weakening Azeroth's defenses. He set up the Dark Portal, allowing the Orcish
Right.
Horde of Draenor
Holy
to
shit.
invade the world. You can actually
Bro,
witness this
the way this
moment
came
in
together
the
is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Oh my god. Damn. 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 So that's how it all happened.
Hours of time. If memory serves, this was actually one of the first times that we could hear Sargeras speak.
No! Damn this feeble mortal coil!
Death and destruction followed, but his schemes did not go unnoticed. The apprentice Khadgar, together with Enduin Lothar and Garona Half-Orcan, they found out about the corruption that held their guardian. With pain in their hearts, they struck him down, but that didn't stop the plans already put in motion. The Horde washed over the world. The Legion has tried to invade time and time again. They tried to fulfill their master's ultimate goal, but each time the world's defenses held the line and pushed the darkness back, pushing them back, but not ending the threats. Illidan had seen what truly needed to be done in order to stop the Legion once and for all. We were going to have to strike at their hearts, at their home base on Argus. So in secret, he worked on his plans that finally came together during the Expansion Legion by using the Sargerite Keystone, a device created by Sargeras himself, which is said to be a skeleton key to any Legion worlds. Illidan managed to open up a massive rift between Argus and Azeroth.
Damn.
Have you done?
You might wonder why Sargeras has never used the keystone himself like that.
Yeah, I was
It's
just about to
a
ask that.
really good question that you might want to ask Blizzard because I have no idea.
All right,
Anyway,
cool.
The rift allowed us to take our forces, fly on over to Argus, and team up with the Army of the Lights. This is an army led by the Naru Zera that's been battling the Legion for millennia. Together, we stormed through Argus. We struck down any that dared to stand in our way. We entered on Taurus the Burning Throne, their seat of power, where Sargeras had his forces work on twisting the minds of the fallen titans. The same Pantheon that he had struck down so long ago. All of them had been gathered here, somehow, except for Eonar, who hid away within her own little sanctum. The Coven of Shivara's whispers, they're said to be irrefusable by neither mortal nor demon. It's only a matter of time before the will of the Titans is broken, and Sargeras has the unstoppable Dark Pantheon. We managed to put a stop to those plans, even defeated the Avatar of Agramar, released the Spirit of Argus. All the while, those that had paid attention to the sky, they could see a cloud of raging power slowly but surely approach our worlds. Illidan's actions might have given us easy access to the core of our enemy, but the reverse was also true. Finally, Sargeras had his gateway to claim what he has wanted for so very long. We were definitely running out of time, but with the Pantheon released, we gained some powerful allies. Now, so long as Sargeras had his hands on Argus to fuel his demonic army, he would remain a massive threat. The Titans are able to sever his connection, but only at their place of power, the seat of the Pantheon. Unfortunately, Sargeras wasn't just going to let us do whatever we wanted. He turned the tormented Titan of Argus against us. The might of the Unmaker against heroes of Azeroth, fueled by the might of the Pantheon. Together, we were able to do the impossible, subdue the Unmaker, and by combining their powers with the last remnant of Argus, the Pantheon imprisoned their brother.
Every choice.
A lot of spoilers.
Sacrifice.
Cause I think a lot of this is in Legion, but I mean, I'm still gonna play through it. But damn, this is good.
Moment to face him once again. You are not coming with us. The hunter is nothing without the hunt.
Holy shit.
Did you not see this fate, prophet?
Fate. Our survival was never in fate's hands. Light be with you, Illidan Stormreign.
Brother, your crusade is over.
What the fuck?
Illidan decides to stay behind, as this is where his
Wait a minute, so
role
that's how
lies.
that that's where that sword came from in the last in what in the newest the newest trailer, The War Within.
His destiny
That's
is
so
bound.
oh.
The seat of the Pantheon
Oh.
shall become Sargeras' prison, and theirs as well, while we safely returned home. In the sky, there's now a red star, a little reminder of the rift that was opened up. At long last, Sargeras' Burning Crusade is finally over. The Legion is no more, but as has happened so many times before, his actions rippled on. That sword stuck in the planets. It did not destroy the Titan spirit inside, but it did massively wound it. The expansion Battle for Azeroth played out, which dealt with that huge problem. We drained the blade of its corruption, we healed the wounds, we even got rid of the old god's infection.
Nice.
All the while, Sargeras and the rest of them, they're still at the seat. Who knows what they're doing, or what the story might bring. Now, I would have loved to have seen the spirit of Azeroth actually wake up during Battle for Azeroth.
That would have been sick.
Yoink that sword out of her back, become a powerful ally for our adventures into the great dark beyond. But that wasn't the route they took. Now, if the sources are correct, and Azeroth is truly the last Titan out there, and we have truly cleansed her of the old god's infection, then that means that Sargeras' original reasoning of forming his Burning Legion, that's no longer a thing. Sure enough, there is still the Void out there with the Void Lords. There
Yeah.
might still be Void-infected planets that we don't know about, but the Dark Titan's fear, it was fueled by the idea of a corrupted Titan, and that seemingly is no longer a thing. That means that there's the potential of him becoming a future ally, a team-up with Azeroth itself, rumored to be even more powerful than Sargeras was. There's also been hints dropped about a potential Titan homeworld. There's a lot of cool things they could do there. I've also heard the speculation about turning Sargeras' sword into a Mournblade, but that just sounds way too cool to actually come true.
Yeah.
Sitting on
Yeah.
the shoulder of Sargeras as they fly on over, invite us to come along, help them kick some void butt in the great dark beyond. I'd be well down for that, but only time is going to tell. There's also the question about the demons out there. The Burning Legion has been defeated. Sargeras is imprisoned. Archmon and Kil'jaeden are taken out. A whole bunch of their top rankers are gone now, but demons in general, they're still out there. Without leadership, what are they up to? Did they just go back to what demons did before their imprisonment, which is causing a bunch of pain and misery? Or did new faces rise up to lead the demonic ranks for a whole new set of goals and reasons? Who knows? But for now, you're up to speed on the story of Sargeras. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Stay tuned to want more details on all the things that we talked about today. Or you want to simply read up on it in your own time.
That was
Check
good.
out the Related Wild article in the description down below. Subscribe if you're new here. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And until next time, see ya!
Later, Nobbel. Bro, that was good, bro. Seeing the actual creation of everything from how Sargeras really got to the way he was, to Elden, to kill Jaden, to Archimonde, bro. What? Damn. Such a shame this was never made into an actual series, and I'm gonna harp on that. I'm just gonna harp on that because I just wonder, like, why put this shit in books, man? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Damn. So that's how that sword got there. But wait a minute, the creation of Elden, that looked like it took place like in the retail, like the retail engine, like their model. I'm guessing a lot of that stuff was flashback. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm planning to play through pretty much every expansion, so it will be interesting to see how everything really does unfold. I'm pretty sure, even though I'm still gonna play through everything, there's still gonna be a lot of context missing. So, but hey, man, we have Nobbel here to kind of fill us in, guys. If you guys enjoyed this, you already know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. That was sick, man. That was sick. I thought, but that also was a cool cinematic when like they pulled Sargeras off the world. I thought that like he completely stabbed the planet through, but wow, apparently not. And that really linked back into a war within. So, like I said before in my other video, man, maybe actually it's time for that fucking Titan to actually wake up. And I'm guessing it doesn't like destroy the planet when it's awakened, because I mean, Nobbel hinted that, you know, maybe we're gonna get like some kind of team up in the future. I mean, this was made like what, 3 years ago. So hey, maybe now, you know, he could be right. You know, we could get a team up with Azeroth. Who knows? Who fucking knows? If you guys enjoyed this, you already know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to the homie Nobbel. This man is, he's doing the Lord's work. He's doing the Lord's work. Take care. Bye bye.